fluctuating the breeze. Looks like about a 10 or 15 knot gale every time the thrusters fire, in just a very gentle fly around here.
The Air Force Eastern Test Range, who performed tracking during the powered phase of flight, and of course the launch team here in the firing room. All reporting in at this time. Houston Flight just reported in that they are go for start of the automatic sequencer. The program director, William Schneider, also reports for go for launch.
"30 seconds and continuing to count. Launch vehicle test conductor Norm Carlson has reported to the test supervisor that the launch vehicle is cleared for a launch. Essentially what he is saying is the launch vehicle is ready to go on the automatic sequencer. The automatic sequencer comes into play at T-minus 3 minutes, 7 seconds in the countdown. Launch sequence has started now. We passed the 3 minute 7 seconds mark, and we're on the automatic sequencer. Liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen have been being replenished up to this point. That replenished now will be terminated. The vents will be closed, and the fuel tanks will be pressurized. The test supervisor reporting the countdown clock times here to the firing room team. Paul Donnelly, the launch operations manager, just called up to the crew, said the launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed. T-minus 1 minute, 36 seconds and counting. A large status board here in the firing room shows the status of the various systems and also shows the actions being taken by the automatic sequencer. The instrument unit ready light now is on. The emergency detection system ready light is on. Launch sequence start light, of course, came on at the T-minus 3 minute 7 second mark in the countdown. Pressurization of the tanks now showing up on our status board. S4B LOX tank pressurized. S1B fuel tank pressurized as we approach the 1 minute mark in the countdown. Mark, T-minus 1 minute, T-minus 1 minute and counting in the spacecraft. Garriott and Lausma have essentially completed their checkout, and their astronauts being Garriott and Lausma, they're ready to become the second manned crew to man the orbiting Sky Laboratory. T-minus 42 seconds. Spacecraft commander now has made the final guidance alignment. That's the final action to be taken by the crew on board the spacecraft until after the launch. T-minus 30 seconds, T-minus 30 seconds and counting. The 8 first stage engines will ignite at 3.1 seconds in our countdown. They'll be held down while thrust is built up until the 0 mark, at which time we'll get liftoff. We'll be looking for liftoff right at the T0 mark. We passed the 15-second mark in the count. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition sequence start. All ignitions are running. All engines running. We have a liftoff. And the second manned crew has cleared the tower.
Roll and pitch program, Houston.
Roger, roll and pitch, Skylab, and thrust looks good on all engines.
Albion reports. Albion reports the automatic maneuver that puts Skylab on the proper course. Altitude 0.7 miles. Velocity 1,432 feet per second. 36 seconds.
Got a pretty noise to it right now.
Roger that. You're looking real good.
50 seconds. 2.5 miles high, 1,700 feet per second.
Come down.
Roger, stand by for mode 1 Bravo.
Roll
Mark,
program
1 Bravo.
complete.
Roger.
Propellant up RCS command.
Roger.
Yeah, I get a great feeling of motion up here, Dick. It really feels like it's moving out.
Roger, PLT and Skylab Houston, your feet wet.
Understand.
1 minute, 30 seconds, 10 miles high now, 5 miles downrange. Velocity 3,280 feet per second. Thrust still looking good, trajectory looking good.
EDS, fuel engine out, and LV rate off.
Stand by for mode 1 Charlie capability. Mark, 1 Charlie.
Understand.
Skylab Houston, go for staging.
Roger, go here.
.22 miles high, 19 miles downrange, velocity 5,800 feet per second. Standing by for staging.
Inboards. Outboards. Staging.
Roger.
Good staging. Ignition on the S4B stage.
Roger, we're watching the thrust come up now. Skylab Houston, thrust looks good on S4B.
That's good news.
2 minutes, 45 seconds, altitude 41.5 miles, velocity 7,695 feet per second, downrange 60 miles now.
Roger, tower jettison, your mode 2.
Guidance initiate.
Roger. Everything's
Looking
looking real good. You're go at 3 minutes.
It's nice and bright up here in the sun.
Roger.
Three minutes, 15 seconds, altitude 55 miles, downrange 90 miles, velocity 8,189 feet per second. Thrust still good on the second stage.
Okay, Dick, the cabin pressure's locked up real good here. You should have seen that tower go.
Roger, understand.
And we're going 4 minutes.
Roger, Skylab, we concur. You go at 4.
Everything's still looking good. Skylab now 142 miles downrange, altitude 70 miles, velocity 9,135 feet per second.
And we'd like to try that liftoff again. That was great there, Dick.
That turn next.
That's a report from Jack Lausman. Four minutes, 40 seconds. Downrange now 197 nautical miles, altitude 80 miles, velocity 10,027 feet per second. Skylab has achieved 34% of the velocity needed for orbit.
Sir, you go at 5. Looking real great.
Five minutes, 35 seconds. Downrange 283 nautical miles now. 88 miles high, 11,687 feet per second.
Roger, CDR, go at 6.
Skylab has 47% of the velocity needed for orbit now, 12,796 feet per second. Downrange 354 nautical miles, altitude 91.5.
Just right on time.
Roger, Omni Charlie. Thank you, sir.
Want to keep old Ed down there happy.
He's happy.
Okay, we just put on the gimbal motors, Houston.
Roger, CDR. Skylab Houston, we see 4 good gimbal motors, good trims. Your go at 7 minutes, looking real good.
Roger.
7 minutes, 10 seconds now, downrange 473 nautical miles, velocity 15,380 feet per second, altitude 92 nautical miles. Seven minutes, 40 seconds. Skylab now has 65% of the velocity needed for orbit.
PU shift, Houston, and we're go at 8.
Roger, PU shift. And we concur. You go at 8 minutes.
Propellant utilization shift. The mixture ratio from the propellant has changed now to provide better propellant feed at altitude. 8 minutes, 16 seconds. Skylab now 648 nautical miles downrange, altitude 89 nautical miles, velocity 19,172 feet per second. 75% of the velocity needed for orbit now achieved.
We're go at 9, Houston.
Roger, CDR, go at 9 minutes.
Flight Director Phil Schaffer taking a status for the Eurasian Gate.
And then the CMS.
Roger.
He advises the range safety officer Skylab is go at the gate. Passing that gate will commit Skylab to fly over portions of the land masses of Europe and Asia.
CDR Houston, we're predicting the guidance cutoff at 9er plus 5-3.
Roger, 9 plus 53.
Stand by for mode 3 alpha capability. Mark mode 3 alpha.
Roger, 3 alpha.
Stand by for mode 4 capability. Mark mode 4.
Roger, mode 4.
Skylab could now get into orbit if it headed to abort using the service propulsion system. At 9 minutes, 50 seconds.
Right.
25,709. 122.2 by 83.2. We look good.
Sounds real great.
You sure know when it quits.
Roger.
That was an onboard readout of the orbit, 122.2 nautical miles by 82.2 nautical miles. We'll confirm the orbit with tracking in a little bit.
Skylab Houston, we've confirmed your orbit and your go for orbit looks good.
Okay, tell the guys at KSC thanks. It was a nice job.
Roger, Al.
And the heaviest command and service module ever to be launched is now in orbit, 13,410 pounds.
Separation sequence, we're about 45 seconds from LOS at Bermuda. We're going to drop out for about a minute and a half, and I'll give you a call at arrival.
Okay.
Roger, CDR.
Al Bean reports separation from the second stage.
Skylab Houston, we're about 45 seconds from LOS arrival. We'll drop out about 30 seconds, and I'll call you at Madrid.
Okay.
And Skylab Houston, if you're still there, we'd like a go from you so we can do IS-4B maneuver.
Okay, we're not fixing it yet. We'll give you a go as soon as we see it.
Okay, real fine. Skylab Houston, we're AOS Madrid for 3 minutes.
Okay, we got this baby right in front, and it is beautiful. All 4 pedals are open. We can see the dome of the hydrogen tank, and it looks real nice and clean inside. It's just floating along behind us.
Roger, CDR, and are we go to maneuver it?
You bet.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, thank you. We will on time.
It's sure pretty up here in the sunlight with the pedals out. Looks like it's venting something also from the back, although we can't see the engine. There's a couple of wide-angle plumes between about 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and then another one between 5 and 8 o'clock down there.
Roger, and Skylab Houston, I got 2 or 3 things here for you in Madrid. One is we'd like to delete the wastewater dump that's in your timeline at 1+10. That's just a reminder. I've got a couple of pads for you. The first one is a backup GDC align pad, page 1 alpha.
Okay, hold on a minute. We'll get it.
Okay. And Skylab Houston, the booster maneuver will start in about 20 seconds.
Well, we see her maneuver now, Dick. Looks like she's pitching up from where we see it.
Roger.
Go ahead on that pad, Dick.
Roger, backup GDC align 3337 1610 0463 3461. Go ahead.
Roger, stars 33 and 37 1610 0463 3461.
Roger, turn to page 5-alpha. I've got a launch rendezvous realign pad, and while you turn in there, we're about 30 seconds from LOS Madrid. Your NC1 and T-align pads are go. We'll see you at Ara at 5-2.
Okay, I don't think I'll have time for that pad on 5 alpha.
Okay, it's in your launch checklist, page 212.
Okay, stand by. Okay, I've got 212. Go ahead, Dick.
Roger, roll is 4 balls. 2552 3579er.
4 balls, 2552 3579er.
Roger, good read back. See you at the route.
This is Skylab Control at a ground elapsed time of 24 minutes. Madrid has had loss of signal. The next tracking station to acquire Skylab will be the Texas station in about an hour and 7 minutes. However, we will have an Araya, an Apollo instrumented aircraft on station through which we will attempt to acquire the spacecraft in approximately 30 minutes. We'll come back up at that time. At a ground elapsed time of 25 minutes, this is Skylab Control. This is Skylab Control at 3 hours elapsed time. We're standing by for acquisition through Goldstone.
Skylab Houston, Goldstone for 9 minutes.
Okay, we got some news for you. We worked on that optics.
Go ahead.
We kind of got the feeling that maybe we hadn't zeroed it well enough, and although we'd done it a couple times, because we went back, zeroed it again, and drove it manually, both in resolve and direct, and it worked perfectly. So scratch that up as a mystery at the moment.
Roger. The one question we had on that, Al, was did you see this phenomena both driving it in high and low rates?
We saw it in all rates, and it looked like it was driving in high in all rates. But things are working well at the moment.
Okay, let me continue down my list then. We're a little bit puzzled about the horizon check. We're still thinking about that one. There was some thought that it might be possible that you had seen the Terminator because of the conditions you were in at the time. However, we really just don't know. We're tracking you here at Goldstone, but we'll have to run the information, and by Madrid we'll have a good look at the way the NC2, correction, the NC1 burn went. And there's one number on your P52 option 3, which is the now 93Z, that I'd like for you to give me again.
Okay, that's plus 024. And now that you mentioned this business about the Terminator, I wouldn't be surprised if you're right.
Well, the Terminator was quite a bit below you there, and we're checking angles. That might have been right, but we're a little bit puzzled as to how the star check could have been so good and the horizon check not. At any rate, we're thinking about it. And I never got BMAG 2 results, page 1-4. Did you get them?
Sure do. Let me give them to you right now. Now 20, 17874, 15509, 35982. Now the ASCAP thumb wheels were 1776, 1581, 3594, and that was the delta T of 46. Now we have a BMAG 1 comparison going at this time, and we've been 25 minutes into it. So next time we talk with you, we'll give you some information on BMAG 1 also.
Good show. If you'll, I've got an NC2 preliminary pad for you, page 1-9er.
And while you're thinking about that, it completed the fuel cell purge, and I noticed on fuel cell 1, the hydrogen flow didn't quite come back to where it was to begin with. It's riding about, appears to me, about 0.01 pounds per hour higher than the that straight across from the O2 pointer.
Roger, PLT, and for whoever's going to copy the NC2 pad, I am going to have a Delta VY for you. It's printed in there as zeros, but I have one. The reason is you have a slight out of plane, and it's we think we're a little bit better off getting it out of the way here at NC2 instead of saving it for, and by doing it here, we should reduce what we have to get out in NCC and NSR.
Sounds like a good idea. We're ready to copy.
Okay, starting with now 28, 004, 33, 5700, plus 1535. Okay, here's your Delta VY minus 014.0. Okay, starting again with Delta VZ, plus 4 balls, 180, 256, 356, 1397, 0007. Weight 30557. Trims plus 138 plus 041. Go ahead.
Okay, 004 335700 plus 1535 140. That's a minus. Plus all zips 180 256 356 1397 0007 30557 plus 138 plus 041.
Okay, and we'd like to give you a burn star check for these burns since we have a couple of funnies. For this one will be star 13, and that should give you a shaft of plus 318.4 and a trunnion of plus 07.7. 2 remarks. This will be a single bank burn, bank alpha, which is nominal, and the other one was the Delta VY was due to a slide out of plane. I already told you about that one.
Okay, understand that. Star 13 plus 3184 and plus 077 and bank alpha.
Roger, and stand by, please, just a second.
The more I think about this Terminator business, the more I think you're right.
Skylab Houston, we see a decrease in helium and propellants in Quad Bravo, and we'd like to secure that quad.
Well, I'll tell you, we were just getting ready to tell you that we've got some sort of sparklers going by the right-hand window over by Jack, but we don't have any going by the left. And it's quite a bit. We just did that purge, and we thought maybe that was it, but maybe we've got something spraying out that side. I don't know.
Roger, we'll secure Quad Bravo here and continue to look at it.
It looks like you're driving through a kind of a snowstorm real fast. It's going from minus X out to plus X. Dick.
Roger, have you secured Quad Bravo?
Affirm.
Roger, thank you.
Did you want both the helium and the propellant secured?
That's affirmative, CDR.
Okay, we did both of them.
And we still got the snowstorm out the right side there.
Roger.
I'm wondering if it's got something to do with that H2 on fuel cell 1. Of course, we can't tell what fuel cell 3 is doing on H2 because the meter isn't working.
Roger, we're continuing to look at it. Skylab Houston, while we're continuing to look at this, I got a couple other notes. One is the coolant problem, Jack, that you saw just after launch was almost identical to the indications that Pete and his guys got on SL2, and we think that was due to just a situation out in the radiators, the thermal contraction in the radiators, and was a nominal situation, no problem. And I have a star acquisition pad on page 1-alpha if we have a chance to copy here.
Can I go ahead and get my H2 purge line heater off in spite of what's going on? Looks like
Canary Station should acquire momentarily. We have overlapping coverage with Ascension on this pass.
Skylab Houston, Canary for 8 minutes.
Loud clear.
Roger, Al, sorry for the comm problems back there. Bermuda, what I was trying to tell you, in case you didn't hear, is we don't intend to do any more troubleshooting right now in Quad Bravo. Looks like we're completely go for the rendezvous. We still got our deorbit capabilities, and we'd like to think about that one for a while.
Okay.
And while I'm waiting to see if we have some final pads to read up to you here. On the optics, we think the IMU looks so great, and you're getting checks by during the tracking anyway that would probably star checks are not required for the next burns. In the event that you would like to make them in order to save time, one thing you might consider is dropping out of Menke and then using going into P52 and letting auto optics take you to a star, and then re-enter Menke after that. But we really don't think it's required.
Okay. One thing we've had up here that's a little unusual, we've had a glycol flow caution warning 2 times so far. It was on momentary, and we could only tell that it was that particular cautionary warning by pushing reset. Each time we checked the pressures and everything, we found them to be satisfactory within limits.
Okay, we'll take a close look.
You may notice we put a little bit in the accumulator too, way back after insertion, Dick.
Roger, PLT. And Skylab Houston on the glycol flow light, are those 2 caution warnings you mentioned that you had momentarily, were they recently, or are they the same ones that were reported earlier?
We've had a total of 3, and we had the most recent one approximately 15 minutes ago.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Something quite interesting just drifted by the right window. Wish we could have got a picture of it, but it was a piece of frost in the shape of a cone, the same size as the thruster nozzle.
Roger that.
It must have been about 4 to 6 inches along the long axis of the cone.
Roger, copy.
And Houston, are those NCC NSR pads going to be the final ones, or have you got a couple in your hip pocket down there?
Roger, negative. We will have new pads to read to you here at Canary and Ascension, and they're in work now. We still got about 11, 12 minutes between these 2 sites, so it shouldn't be any problem.
Okay, well, we got to go to final comp here in about 5. That's why I wondered.
Roger, we're hustling. Skylab Houston, I've got a final pad for NCC here.
Okay, ready to copy.
Roger. Down 11, 005, 20, 0341, plus 0364, plus 3 balls 5, minus 0045, 180, 082, 002, 0232, 0002. Go ahead.
00520, 0341, plus 0364, plus 0005, minus 0045, 180, 082, 002, 0232, 0002.
Roger, the good readback. I'd like to also update the trims. Pitch is plus 1.47. Yaw is plus 0.29er, and I've got an NSR pad for you.
Go ahead.
Roger, 981, plus 0186, plus 009er4, minus 0032, 176, 301, 028, 0076, 0001, 32, 135. Go ahead.
Okay, back on those trims. Plus 1.47, plus 029. Now 981, plus 0186, plus 0094, minus 0032, 176, 301, 028, 0076, 0001, 32, and 135.
That's affirmed, and the trims are the same for both burns, and we'd like to switch Quad Charlie to the PSM.
Okay.
Roger, and that's all I've got for you here. We're still standing by for about 8 more minutes at ascension.
Okay, Quad Charlie's on BSM.
Roger.
This is Skylab Control. It's 7 hours, 52 minutes elapsed time. Skylab coming up within range of Goldstone now. That Y-rate gyro that was lost a few minutes ago has not failed completely. Flight Director Don Putty says it can be updated, but not within the time available before station keeping begins. We're standing by for television at Goldstone. Picture coming in now.
Skylab Houston, we're AOS Goldstone.
Okay. Should have some TV down there, Dick.
Roger, we can see it trying to lock up, but it's not. Don't have a picture yet.
Of it now, Dick. We can see S-149 out in the anti-solar airlock, and we can also see the parasol flapping in the breeze.
Roger, we have a good picture, and we're looking at it.
Okay, Dick, we're zoomed all the way out now.
Roger.
Looking right in the wardroom window. Nobody's home.
Roger, but you will be.
Dick, is there anything I can do to that picture to touch it up? We don't have the Earth in the background yet, but aside from that, does it look like it needs any focus or anything?
Roger, the picture looks pretty good. We are about the bottom half of the picture seems to be blocked out by the bottom half, I guess it is, of the window structure. But the picture itself looks pretty good. Maybe it is the zoom setting you have.
I've noticed that all the way in. I haven't been able to get rid of it.
Okay. Well, the picture we do have, which is about the top 60% of the screen, is pretty good. Skylab Houston, request you switch Quad Delta to the PSM.
Roger. I don't know the reason for the deal on the bottom there, Dick. Can't seem to get that out of there.
PLT Houston, INCO suggests that the color wheel might be stuck. You might take the camera and just shake it. Don't knock it around hard, but just kind of jostle it on the bracket, and possibly that'd get rid of it. But we do have a good picture in the portion that we see.
We got a temp high on RCSA, Houston.
Roger. Skylab Houston, GNC reminds us that the same thing happened on 2, that during this phase we did get hot quads, and it was on A, so just keep an eye on it, and so will we.
Roger. I'm going to take the camera loose, try to handhold, see if we can do better, and no one will get some hazard flash shots.
Which flight are we on?
Roger, Jack. We just came to the same conclusion, Jack, and INCO suggests cycling the power TV camera power switch off and then back on again.
You mean S-band aux TV?
That's affirmative.
That's affirmative, excuse me. Roger, we're handing over at the moment, and we'll get TV back in a second.
There's a 90-second wait while the power amp cycles back on. Getting another picture now. Correction, we're not getting a picture yet. About 40% of the screen still blacked out.
Skylab Houston, we got a picture back now. We can see the Earth in the background, and apparently the cycling switch didn't help, so we'll probably live with what we have.
Dick, is really blowing in the breeze. Looks like about a 10 or 15 knot gale every time the thrusters fire, in just a very gentle fly around here.
Roger, we were watching that very thing there.
Al thinks he'll probably knock off the fly around at this point to avoid blowing that parasol away.
I think that's certainly your call, and looks like we concur.
You can tell that the jets force the parasol up against the shiny surface of the workshop, as we fly around, and then it's the recoil from the springs, the fishing rods that spring it back out.
Roger, and we certainly concur. We think that'd be a prudent thing to do.
You can see it flopping there in the breeze.
In fact, we've blown it a little bit more than we'd like to tell you the truth. We'll try to drift off to the side a little bit, and then maybe we can prevent hitting it.
Roger, CDR, concur with that.
As you can probably also tell, it appears to be rotated by about 5 to 10 degrees as expected.
Roger.
There's a good look now at the sun end of the Apollo telescope mount.
The problem is we're trying to slide around to the front of it, and every time we fire aft thrusters, which move us that direction, it tends to get under the front edge of the sunshade. We'll try to just drift a little bit longer.
Roger, CDR.
We're drifting away the best we can. I'd like to turn a little bit to the left and show it to you better, but every time I start to turn that way, it gives the parasol a flip up at the front.
Roger, CDR. Do what you think is best to avoid as much blowing of the parasol as you can. We'll do without the picture.
This is Skylab Control, 8 hours 51 minutes. Ground elapsed time in the mission of Skylab 3. Acquisition at Carnarvon in about a minute. Carnarvon, Australia tracking station, at which point we should have confirmation of a successful docking of the Skylab 3 command service module with the Skylab space station, which appeared to be in pretty good shape during the stateside TV transmission of the fly around. We're standing by for word from the crew as we acquire at Carnarvon. Docking by the flight plan should have occurred several hundred miles at sea southwest of Cape Town, Union of South Africa. Approximately 16 seconds showing on the acquisition time clock. Standing by now for Carnarvon. We'll stay up through the brief gap across between Carnarvon and Guam. Skylab Control, standing by.
Skylab Houston, Carnarvon for 7 minutes. Skylab Houston, Carnarvon for 6 minutes. Skylab Houston at Carnarvon, how do you read?
No reply yet from the Skylab 3 crew. However, the spacecraft and space station engineers on the ground believe from telemetry that the CSM is indeed docked with the space station. Up live for a reply as the spacecraft communicator attempts to raise the crew.
Skylab Houston at Carnarvon, how do you read? Skylab Houston at Carnarvon for 4.5 minutes. Skylab Houston at Carnarvon for 4 minutes.
Roger, how do you hear now, Dick?
Roger, loud and clear now.
Okay, we're docked. That went real well. The tunnel pressure integrity check worked fine. We have not removed the hatch yet, and we're having a snack, and then we're going to get after it.
Roger, CDR, and we'd like accept on the computer. We got some CMC servicing to do.
Okay.
And also some commanding to the Swiss attitude control system, loading some dock gains and so forth. And I have 2 checklists or changes in standby 1. Skylab Houston request accept. And I'm sorry, I see that you do have it. And I've got changes, 1 change in the activation checklist and a couple of changes in the entry checklist if you happen to have that book out, and that's all the checklist changes I have in front of me now.
Okay, go ahead on the activation. I've got one of those in front of me.
Okay, Al, if you'll turn to page 1-3.
Okay, we're there.
Okay, down there in the under CSM RCS propellant reconfiguration in the lower right-hand column, you want to, that Quad Bravo entry should read Quad Bravo close, talkbacks 2 of them to Barber Pole, verify.
Okay. Okay, just a second. We have the entry book now, Houston.
Okay, and the entry checklist first on page 11-1, if you'll turn back to there.
Okay, go ahead.
Roger, that block data pad that's written in there on 11-1, the one for day 210, you should just delete that whole pad. It turns out that it covers a period that's about 5 or 6 hours from now. We won't need it, plus there's some very bad weather in that area, a possible hurricane brewing, so we just like to delete that. And the next change is on page E11-10.
Okay, we made the change and we're standing by in 11-10.
Okay, the next to the bottom entry, delete the words in there that say load noun 47 and noun 48 from deorbit burn pad. Incidentally, these entry checklist changes, Al, should have been, they're in the no-com section, and they should have been made pre-flight. We missed them, and we just wanted to get them updated when we could. We're about we're about 30 seconds from LOS here at Carnarvon. Guam is coming up at 9:07, and I'll get the last 2 changes in the entry book there.
Okay, could you give us a GMT time hack roughly right now?
Roger, the CMC is on GMT, and the time now is 20 hours, 10 minutes, and 35 seconds.
Thank you.
Roger.
This is Skylab Control. 9 hours, 1 minute ground elapsed time. However, this will probably be the final reference in this mission to ground elapsed time, in as much as the command module computer timing system has been changed by the ground from ground elapsed time to Greenwich Mean Time, or Zulu. Crew reported when finally contacted over Carnarvon that the docking was successful. They did not give a time of docking, so it has to be assumed that it was on time by the flight plan, which would have been approximately 8 hours, 30 minutes ground elapsed time just prior to entering darkness, or right at spacecraft sunset. The crew mentioned that they're in the process of having a snack, which according to the menu consists of peanut butter, biscuits, peaches, vanilla wafers, and orange drink. Some 4 minutes out from acquisition at Guam Island Tracking Station, the space station, Skylab, now over the Indonesian Republic. The many islands in that group of islands south of the Philippines. Back again in 3 minutes and 50 seconds for the Guam Pass at 2013 Greenwich Mean Time, Skylab Control. This is Skylab Control, 2217 Greenwich Mean Time, and the flight of Skylab 3. Some 26 seconds away from acquisition through the Goldstone, California tracking station for the final stateside pass of today. The spacecraft communicator Bruce McCandless will pass up to the crew a time at which, if they look down below them in the Eastern Pacific, they will be able to see the Pacific Hurricane Florence about 10 minutes from now.
Through Goldstone and Texas for approximately 11 minutes. Over.
Roger, you loud and clear, Bruce.
Okay, I've got a couple items for you, Alan. P-52 stars and a few miscellaneous stuff. Let me know when you're ready. Over.
Okay, ready right now.
Okay, for your P-52 option 3 at 2250 Greenwich, the following stars, and they are not available until 2250. Star 2 is the first one, shaft 328.6, trunnion 13.4. Second one is star 4, shaft 236.8, trunnion 38.2. Over.
Roger, 2250, star 2, 3286, 134, and 4, 2368, 382.
Okay, the last comm pass of the day, which will be through Vanguard, commencing at 0159 Zulu, will be your private medical comm hookup with the medics today. And we're getting a little noise on the loop here right now. I'm going to hold on a second with the rest of this stuff.
Houston, are you there now?
Yes, we are, Alan. We had a short data dropout there. Did you copy about the private medical hookup at 0159 through Vanguard? Okay, let's try it again, Alan. Over.
Go ahead.
Did you copy the message about the private medical hookup at 0159 over Vanguard? Over.
No, I did not, but I did that time.
Okay, that'll be your last comm pass of the day. It's set up with the medics. If you get through early and have anything else for us, why, they can revert back to normal hookup, I'm sure, but we don't anticipate anything of that sort. On the command module, or on the CSM, RCS, service module, did you inhibit any of the quad temperature inputs to the caution and warning system, over?
No, I did not.
Okay, very good. Then our message to get you to re-enable them is not applicable. For your general information, we're resuming unattended ATM operations commencing with this pass over Goldstone. And also for your information, there is a tropical storm, Florence by name, wind 75 knots, gusting to 110, that you'll be passing just to the southwest of at about 2227 to 2228. It's south of Baja, California, if you want to take a look out the window, over.
Okay, we'll give that a try. Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up.
Okay, the docking tunnel angle using the little plexiglass vernier or plastic vernier was a minus 1.4 degrees.
Okay, I copy. Minus 1.4 degrees with the vernier on the tunnel.
Roger, what's our general RCS condition as far as remaining 59 days and the like?
Okay, qualitatively, you're in good shape. If you want some specific numbers, we can get them now, or I think we plan on sending them up tomorrow.
No, just kind of wanted a feel for it. I knew we lost this quad, used quite a bit there to fly around, and just wondered what the general situation was.
We're about 5.5 or 6% greater than the service module RCS deorbit red line at the present time, Alan.
Okay, I understand.
How are you all coming and progressing through the checklist?
We're coming along real well. Owen's over there connecting up the comm between the vehicles. Jack, I don't know where he is. He's down there in the workshop doing something, I guess activating the electrical system, but I don't know because I see all the lights are on down there. And I'm up here. I've down as far as page 1-24 doing the CM02 system config, and I'm at about the middle of that.
Okay, mighty fine. Thank you.
Okay, doke.
Skylab, this is Houston. We have about 1 minute till we lose comm with you through Goldstone. We'll pick you up marginally from Texas, but the next good solid contact you better plan on is Vanguard at 2244, over.
Thank you, Bruce.
Roger out.
This is Skylab Control. We've had loss of signal through the Texas station. In 14 minutes, a space station will be acquired again by the Vanguard tracking ship. Skylab 3 Commander Al Bean running through the command module checklist and more or less putting the command module to sleep for the next 2 months. Reported that science pilot Owen Garrett was connecting the communications equipment and umbilicals in the airlock module, which would allow the speaker boxes in the workshop and in other locations throughout the space station to be used by the crewmen. And that he assumed that Jack Lausma, the pilot, was down in the workshop itself because he could see the lights on down in the workshop area, down through the tunnel from the command module, multiple docking adapter and airlock module on into the workshop. Had no comment or verification that the crew of Skylab had been able to spot the tropical storm Florence. A time for spotting had been given at 22:28 approximately 3 minutes ago. However, as we come up over Vanguard, perhaps they will have comments on the size of the storm, if indeed they had time in all of the activation work they're doing to look out the window at the tropical storm. Back again in 12 minutes at 22:32 Greenwich Mean Time. This is Skylab Control.
Houston, that's beautiful. This has got to be one of the most proud moments of my life, I guarantee you.